Welcome to The Purpose and the Pivot, the podcast for women who know it's time for more. With your host, C. Renee McLain, career and life coach and champion for women navigating change with confidence and clarity. Each week, we'll have real conversations about career moves, life transitions, mindset shifts, and the power of redefining your purpose at every stage of life. Whether you're pivoting professionally, personally, or both, this is your space for guidance, growth, and grounded support. Let's dive in.
Welcome to The Purpose and the Pivot. Yes, today's episode is the power of pause. Yes. Let's get into it. So today we're talking about something simple, but often overlooked. The pause. The pause. Yeah. Not quitting, not falling behind, not losing momentum, but pausing intentionally. Yeah, intentionally. Because we live in a world that constantly celebrates movement. Move faster, do more, keep pushing, stay productive. What's next? And while momentum can be powerful, so can the pause. Yeah. As a matter of fact, some of the most important shifts in our lives don't happen while we are rushing. They happen when we stop long enough to notice, to reflect, to listen, to reset. That, my friends, is the power of pause. Yes. And for many of us, pausing feels unnatural. Yeah. Because pause can feel like stillness. And stillness can feel uncomfortable. Yeah. Because we're just used to moving, doing. But you know what? Sometimes we associate pausing with being stuck, with losing progress, with falling behind while everyone else keeps moving. But I'm here to tell you, pausing is not the absence of progress. Pausing, I'm going to repeat that, is not the absence of progress. Pausing is often what makes progress sustainable. Yes. Without pause, we keep going without checking direction. Without pause, we stay busy, but possibly disconnected. Yeah. Without pause, we can end up exhausted, productive on paper, but depleted in reality. Yeah. And one of the greatest gifts of pausing is clarity. Yeah. When you are constantly moving, reacting, responding, it's hard to hear yourself clearly. It is hard because there's that constant movement. Yeah. You're focused on deadlines, responsibilities, expectations, other people's needs, as well as your own, right? Yeah. But when you pause, oh my goodness, when you pause, You create space to ask, how am I really doing? What feels aligned right now? What feels off? What needs my attention? Yeah. And often the answers were there all along. You just didn't have space to hear them. Oh my goodness. Clarity doesn't always come from doing more. Sometimes clarity comes from creating room to think and quieting yourself so you can hear. So you can hear your thoughts. Yeah. So the pause also creates something powerful between stimulus and response. And what is that? Space. It is space. And in that space, guys, you get to choose. Without pause, we react quickly. Yeah. We answer immediately. We commit too fast. We say yes before thinking it through. We tend to make decisions from pressure instead of intention. But the pause, oh yes, the pause, it interrupts autopilot. Oh yeah, it interrupts autopilot. It gives you a moment to breathe before responding. The pause gives you a moment to reflect before deciding. Yeah. Pause gives you a moment to ask, do I want to do this? Is this aligned? What is the wisest next step? That space, oh my goodness, that space can change everything. Yeah. Yeah. Sometimes we only give ourselves permission to pause after burnout, guys, and that is not good. Sometimes we only give ourselves permission to pause after the deadline, after the project, after we've reached exhaustion. As if pause must be earned. But rest and pause are not rewards of overworking. They are part of how we sustain ourselves. Yes. You do not need to collapse before giving yourself permission to rest. Pause can be preventative. Oh, yes. Pause can be strategic. Yeah. Pause can be restorative before you ever reach depletion. Hear me. Pause. The power of pause is what we're talking about today. And pause can look different in every season. Yeah. Pause doesn't always mean stepping away completely. Sometimes pause is 5 quiet minutes before your day begins. Yeah. Sometimes it's taking a walk without your phone. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Sometimes pause is journaling. Yeah. Sometimes it's saying no to one more commitment. Yeah. Sometimes it's taking a full step back to reevaluate what is next, right? Yeah. The form matters less than the intention. Yeah. So the question then becomes, where can I create space to reconnect with myself? Because pause is not always about stopping everything. Sometimes it's simply about becoming present enough to notice what's happening within you. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Here's what makes pause so powerful. Yeah. It reveals what's been buried under the noise. Yeah. The truth you've been avoiding. Because sometimes it's there, but we're just so busy that, we don't even want to deal with it, right? But sometimes that pause will reveal the truth that you've been avoiding. What is it that you need to do? What is the truth in your situation that you've been avoiding? Sometimes pause will help you with that fatigue you've been pushing past. Yeah. Because we all need rest. Yeah. What makes pause so powerful? It reveals the dream that you haven't even made room for because you're so busy doing other things. What is your dream? What is that thing that will not seem to go away? Pause from everything else and make room for that, right? Make room for your dream. Yeah. Pause reveals the decision you already know needs to be made. Yeah. Because sometimes it's already there. We already know the signs are there. If the signs were any bigger, they would be on a billboard, right? Yeah. And sometimes that can feel uncomfortable because, that pause that is showing you the decision you already know, your dream that you haven't made room for, the truth you've been avoiding. Oh my goodness, it may feel uncomfortable, but guess what? It's also where transformation begins. Yeah, because awareness, when you pause long enough, awareness creates choice for us. Yeah. Awareness creates choice. And choice creates change. What needs to change in your life today? What needs to change? Today, as we prepare to close, talking about the power of pause, I want to leave you with this. Where in your life are you being invited to pause? I'll repeat that again. Where in your life are you being invited to pause? What might become clearer if you gave yourself permission to slow down? What might become clearer if you gave yourself permission to slow down? What truth have you not had space to hear because you've been moving too fast? What truth have you not made space to hear because you've been moving too fast? Yeah. Because guys, pause is not weakness. Pause is wisdom. Pause is wisdom. It is not stepping away from your life. It's stepping into your life more intentionally. Yeah. And you know, sometimes the most productive thing you can do is pause long enough to reconnect. Yeah. Reconnect with your thoughts. Reconnect with your needs. Reconnect with your direction. And reconnect with yourself. Yeah. And from that place, you move forward, oh my goodness, with greater clarity, greater purpose, and greater peace. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Well, guys, that is our show for today. Until next time, be encouraged, enlightened, and empowered. I am C. Renee McLain. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for tuning in to The Purpose and the Pivot. If today's episode encouraged or inspired you, be sure to follow the show and share it with another woman who's navigating her own transition. For coaching support or to connect with C. Renee McLain directly, visit McLain Career and Life Coaching or schedule a consultation using the link in the show notes. Remember, your purpose evolves and you have permission to pivot. Until next time.